Hi and welcome to Italian Class with Gaia. This video is meant to be a general introduction to Italian verbs to help you navigate a very complicated system of mood and tenses and conjugations and help you find out which one of those you should be focusing on as a beginner or intermediate student. So let's jump into the video. First of all, in Italian we have three verbal conjugations, le tre coniugazioni verbali. The conjugation have a precise order and get their name from the ending of the infinitive form. The first conjugation, prima coniugazione, includes all verbs ending in are, such as mangiare, to eat. The second conjugation, seconda coniugazione, includes all verbs ending in ere, such as correre, to run. The third conjugation, terza coniugazione, includes verbs ending in ire, such as dormire, to sleep. So, how to conjugate verbs? Come si coniugano I verbi? Italian verbs are made of two parts. An invariable part, called la radice or il tema, which is the root of the verb, and the variable ending called la desinenza. To conjugate verbs, we start from the infinitive form. We take away la desinenza, are, ere, or ire, and we replace it with the appropriate desinenza matching the mood, tense, and subject doing the action. Some verbs of common use tend to be irregular. They don't stick with the tema or root presented at the infinitive form and shape-shift along the conjugation. Here are some examples. Andare, io vado. Essere, io sono. Avere, io ho. Dire, io dico. There are two verbs that you really need to master in Italian, and those are essere, to be, and avere, to have. Essere and avere are also called verbi ausiliari or auxiliary verbs because they are used to form compound tenses, and they are also found in many idiomatic expressions. Italian verbs present sette modi verbali or 7 moods. 4 of those 7 moods are called modi finiti, and that's because of the evidence of the subject that is taking the action, often indicated with the personal pronoun. Modi finiti include indicativo, the mood of reality, used to present facts in a concrete and objective way. Congiuntivo, mood of uncertainty, used to express doubt, desire, possibility, and probability. Condizionale, used to describe events that will occur if a certain condition happens, and also used to make requests in a polite manner. Imperativo, to express a command, to exhort and beg someone to do something. The remaining 3 moods are called indefiniti because the acting subject is not specified, and those are infinito, often used in combination with verbi servili or helper verbs, such as potere, I can, dovere, I have to, volere, I want to. Participio, especially the past participle, is very useful and is utilized to form all compound tenses. And finally, gerundio, used to form continuous tenses. But how many tempi verbali or tenses are there in Italian? Italian has 12 simple tenses or tempi semplici that are composed of one single word and 9 compound tenses or tempi composti formed by the combination of an auxiliary verb and a past participle. And yes, that makes 21 tenses multiplied by 3 conjugations, which sounds a bit overwhelming, but I promise you, you got this. So, what should beginners focus on? If you are in a hurry, you should focus on indicativo presente and indicativo passato prossimo, along with some condizionale presente to use in courtesy forms, such as buongiorno, vorrei un caffè. Good morning, I would like a coffee. If you have more time, you should really learn how to use continuous tenses in Italian, or forma progressiva, which is a special use of the gerundio combined with the verb stare. Continuous tenses are really useful in everyday conversation, especially when answering the question cosa fai? What are you doing? You could say sto andando a casa. I'm going home. There's a tense that is rarely used in conversation, especially in northern Italy. And that's the indicativo passato remoto, used to describe events occurred a long time ago. But if you are fond of reading, be aware that that's the default tense used by Italian authors of all times. Let's now look at le forme del verbo, or the form of the verb. The Italian language has 3 of them: attiva, active, passiva, passive, and riflessiva, reflexive. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence is doing the action expressed by the verb, such as in Io mangio una mela. I eat an apple. In the passive voice, the subject is the person or thing acted on or affected by the verb's action. Una mela è mangiata da me. An apple is eaten by me. In reflexive verbs, the action affects the person who is taking it, such as in mi lavo I capelli. I wash my hair. Italian verbs can also be transitivi or transitive and intransitivi, intransitive. Transitive verbs use a direct object, which is a noun that receives the action of the verb. A verb is transitive when you can ask the question chi, che cosa, or who, what. For instance, the verb to read in Italian, leggere, is transitivo because I can ask the question what are you reading? A book, un libro. While we cannot ask this question for the verb dormire, to sleep, which is in fact intransitivo. And that's all for today. Stay tuned for more videos on Italian verbs, grammar, vocabulary, and opera pronunciation on Italian Class with Gaia. Thanks for watching and please don't forget to subscribe. Ciao e alla prossima!